How could I leave you over fetish for the Pharisees? Stockholm suffocation, I can barely breathe. It felt so good when I covenanted real death, not knowing it was death to my real breath. Bronchitis and pneumonia was the diagnosis. Fully cured when I left, I couldn't die so hopeless. You had your hand on me, you wanted me to know that. Turned around and taught the streets you were pro-black. Just cause I'm Jacob and I'm called to be a special seed. But Abram's faith wasn't fake, it was a specialty. It wasn't his blood that I moved God to love him, y'all. It was the faith in his veins and his trust in God. Jake isn't real without the faith of aid. These ribbon of blue Jews really thinking they're engaged. I'm at the Lord's Supper, New Testament love is made. No wine mixing juice, stay on the same page.
Rose, you know, when you set the times, you said 4 o'clock. What time did we set when we started? Wait, we said 4. The only person here at the pre-planning time was 3 o'clock. Who was that, Sadie?
That was Sadie.
That was Sadie.
That was Sadie.
Sadie, how old are you and what grade are you in, young lady?
I'm 16 years old. I'm a current junior in high school, and I'm due enrolling at Grand Rapids Community College right now. And I've been lucky enough to work with Seeds of Promise as a youth ambassador, and now going on to the board secretary for the last couple months now. And before that, I was on as a volunteer as I was kind of learning the mission behind Seeds of Promise and why they do what they do and how they do that. And since then, I've been able to come on as a staff member and be able to continue to learn more about the mission and how I can use my own skill sets to continue helping that grow.
Yeah, thank you for making me scared.
Show us some love.
Thank you for making me scared. That's a high school student. Thank you for making them scared. Yeah, that's the kind of composure, professionalism. We don't look for a lot of people, we look for quality. Before we get started, we just wanted to have this little commercial interruption. To first say thank you. And again, we are here because our primary focus is over this next year, 2026, we're going to strengthen relationships between residents and law enforcement officials throughout our county. And we are not messing around. Thank you for coming out tonight. CJ, thank you for flying in from New York.
Absolutely.
I've been with CJ for 20 years doing this work. Can we give him a round of applause, please?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And he's in the community every day doing this type of work. And then finally, before we finish our first little happy hour here, allowing others to come, and we, again, we look forward to those who will, but we're grateful for those of you who are here. There's always a few that we look for to do the work that most cannot do. And then finally, before I go further, because there will be a lot more connecting here, I just want to recognize this beautiful family here in the corner. When I look at that table with Deputy Chief Trigg, Derek Thomas, Tamika, and when I look at their beautiful daughter, these are the people I've been here working with since day one. And Dayana, that beautiful little girl watching us from day one, doing everything we can together. Deputy Chief Trigg, thank you, sir. Thank you for the text today. Thank you for the clarification and the emails. We're on the same team, brother. Thank you. We are fighting for the same thing. And mothers and fathers, because we're going to hold mothers and fathers in our community accountable for doing better. Thank you, folks. We look for a few. Thank you for coming out. We're going to move into dinner. I just wanted to take this commercial announcement to level set. We're socializing. We're getting to know each other. Those questions on that agenda, we want you to ask of each other. We're going to have a nice meal. You're going to introduce each other. Then you're going to see the individuals who call ourselves leaders in the community try to stand up like the other professionals at the highest levels in our community. And when you talk about public safety, who's at the highest level? Who's out there every day doing more work than our law enforcement officials? Raise your hand if you know somebody doing more work than them. Right. And we have a lot to learn from them, just like we have a lot to learn from each other. But the first thing is for us to do our part. And that's what the night is about. We're going to demonstrate how we're able to have the critical conversations that they have to have every day on the streets. But we want to do it in a way that's constructive.
All right, my name is Joe Trigg. I'm the Deputy Chief of the Grand Rapids Police Department. I've been, my role is I'm in charge of patrol operations. So anybody that wears a uniform kind of reports to me. Been with the department for 25 years this coming January. Worked in various units during my career, mostly patrol. I was a patrol sergeant, but I also was a community officer for 3 years, and also led our internal affairs unit for 2.5 years. So I saw every complaint that came in through our department for 2.5 years. So yeah, I'm looking to do about 4 or 5 more years, but I'm getting a little gray hairs along in the tooth, but still love my job. Hopefully you can see I'm broadcasting, still got a great attitude about it. I think having a relationship with anybody is a strong point, so having a strong relationship with the community is a must. So that's what our goal is.
Hi everyone, my name is Belma. I'm a recent graduate, so I'm a born and raised Grand Rapids native. I'm a very recent graduate of MSU. I graduated May 2025. Since graduating, I've been working full-time down here at a disaster relief nonprofit agency since June. And while I was in this position, I've been looking at other nonprofit organizations, specifically in Grand Rapids. I came across Seeds of Promise, and so I connected with Reginald. And I want to learn more about other organizations that are particularly within the Grand Rapids inner and outer region, particularly because with our organization we work across 9 counties, so I kind of wanted to focus more on where I was raised and where I work. I'm very excited to be here and get to know everyone and see what Seeds of Promise has been up to.
I've been a partner with Reginald over the past couple of decades. I flew in from Rochester, New York to be with here, enjoying myself with all of you. Thank you for welcoming me to Grand Rapids. I will be coming on the board as the treasurer of Seeds of Promise. Again, I flew in from Rochester, New York for this public safety roast, and I could not be more elated and thankful for you all being here with us tonight.
I am a disaster case manager, so I work one-on-one with families after a disaster, and it really shows how long it takes to recover from a disaster. First you have, emergency response, which is very important, but then after the fact, you still have to recover in a lot of different ways, and some of that is with social services. Other than that, maybe also with public safety and things like that. And in Grand Rapids, I feel like as a case manager working with a lot of families from across, there can be a lot of distrust and uncertainty with things like that. So I'm just here to see, what Seeds of Promise is about.
Can everybody hear? Can we get that microphone turned up to make
I can speak louder if you want me to.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
Yes, absolutely perfect, yes.
So yeah, I just wanted to see what Seeds of Promise was about and, kind of understand all the nonprofits in my community and see how we can improve public safety and public trust.
We want to keep, can you turn that? Just a little bit. What we're trying to establish here in our community, we talked about this recently with a housing project that we lifted off the ground. And that starts with holding our residents and our community to higher standards. When we talk about partnering with professional organizations in the community. As Seeds of Promise, we are experts at what we do, from the bottom up. And what we're trying to continue to help residents understand is if you want to solve some of these critical humane issues, all of us have things that we need to do to get better at. And we're focusing on community members first, not the police department first, not the school district first. We want to understand what mothers and fathers are doing in their homes first. And so we're giving adults in our community a chance to stand up here in the most intimate of spaces and demonstrate their skills. Because people who are struggling with the most humane issues on the planet deserve the best leaders in the world. We don't come up with excuses about how long it takes. We don't come up with excuses, any excuses, when people are struggling we serve them. Serve yourself. Serve this group tonight. Any questions? I want to roast. Any questions? Thank you. So part of what we're doing is allowing the leaders who have put this together a chance to kind of frame the conversation. So I want to pass the mic next to someone who, without him, many of us sitting in this room would not be here. It's hard to get somebody to give you $1 to do good work. They'll give you $1 billion to do bad work.
I was wondering who he was talking about. It's me. So my name is Kevin Jackson. I'm a community resident, long time, well, born and raised here in Grand Rapids, so I guess it's as long as it gets for me. How am I here? Seeds of Promise, okay? I've been working with Seeds of Promise going back almost a decade. I originally met Mr. Jimerson, who is a brilliant man and just a leader in the community, a very sharp individual. Then met Regine, who is equally as sharp and on top of it. So knowing Seeds of Promise is in very good hands, and I think the mic is trying to sabotage me a little bit there, but so just wanted to support this work. That's why I'm here this evening. I work for the Michigan Department of Civil Rights. That's my job, but really my commitment is as a resident to the community is my first priority and why I am here this evening, right? Like I'm done with the process. Like I don't have to be here, but I want to be here. And so I am here to be a part of the work as we do it together. Our All-PAC, Advocates, Leaders, and Police for Community Trust. We meet on a monthly basis. Joe has been there at the table. A lot of the people here have been at the table there with us. We have a lot of difficult conversations. We share some laughs, some hard dialogue, but we keep coming back. I think people actually look forward to that meeting in a way as a chance to be able to really have a conversation that feels meaningful, knowing change isn't something that's as instantaneous as we would like it to be all the time, but it is a process. And so we're now constantly working and moving it forward. Like anything else, it would degrade and be moving backwards. So we have to at least keep up with where we're at, and actually we have to do more. Even with all that we already do as a community, everyone here is doing a lot of different work in a lot of different ways. We still have to find ways to do even more and challenge each other. And I think having these conversations in informal settings, a little inebriated maybe, or at least got a lot of sugar in you, if nothing else. There might be some certain temples in there, maybe, I don't know. So got a sugar high, if nothing else helps just loosen up the atmosphere, bring a little levity to the conversation, and hopefully, just strengthen that relationship. So it's all a process, and I enjoy the process, so that's why I'm here to see.
My name is Khalif Wilkes. I'm a native of Jackson, Mississippi. I've been in Grand Rapids for about 2.5 months. I love it, by the way. I'm probably gonna retire here. I am a portfolio manager at Community Rebuilders. We create possibilities for sustainable housing for homeless individuals. I run about 3 programs there, Home, Kent Together, which works with homeless and intimately homeless individuals to provide tenant-based rental assistance. In short, we pay rent for people. And I also run the United Way program, which is largely data amassed to geological and demographic explanations to who is in need. So data miner, if anybody needs information, I'm good with information. I moonlight as a rock star and as a music infrastructure architect. I create accessible opportunities for people to learn music. So if anybody is an interest, let me know. My classes are free. And I met Reginald through my connection with artists creating together, and it's been awesome. So that's for push me, everybody. I'm gonna pass it on to whoever looks the most important sitting next to me.
And so we want to let everybody know that there we do have rules of engagement. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Rules of engagement number 1, 60 seconds on the dash. Anybody go to rule 61? I'm going to articulate exactly what that's going to feel like. Go
We don't know
ahead.
how to laugh yet.
Say that again.
We ain't ready to laugh yet, but we will.
We're not.
We will.
We about to.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dick, and this is my beautiful family right here. We've been with Seeds of Promise for about 4 years now, going on 5. It's crazy how time flies now. Seen a lot, been around with a lot of people, and like Regina always say, it takes a few because it's not going to take. A lot of people not going to want to do something like this. A lot of people are going to have the trouble. A lot of people want to talk about things, but I see everyone here. Hey, I like to see people put it in action first. So what we do is right now we are investors. We got landlords. So we want to put families in homes and stuff like that. Hey, girl, you want to
Hey, Douglas, I work with Dick Hatcher office, currently assigned to the Community Services Division. I met Regine when he reached out to the Sheriff's Office, and they introduced me to him, and we've been communicating ever since. I'm glad that you were able to get the funding, and you were able to get me back here. Thank you very much for keeping in contact with me.
Hi, everybody. My name's Ella Morgan. We're in 2 hats tonight. One, I'm Sadie's mom, and but I'm not supposed to be wearing my mom hat. So I'm also an executive director of a nonprofit called State GR. My husband and I are former Grand Rapids public school teachers. It was important to us when we got married that we lived in the city of Grand Rapids proudly, and we taught for 13 years as a music educator. My husband 9 years as a high school educator, and we found that there was a lot of needs in the area. The arts is in the area of giving kids safe places after school and in the summertime to just be themselves after sitting in the classroom all day. So we provide opportunities for all students, regardless of financial situations, regardless of their ability to then play and be kids through the areas of music, dance, and acting. But really in the end, Stage GR is all about helping students, whatever stage of life they're in, and preparing them for the next stage, for building confidence, building teamwork, building whatever may be for their future.
We appreciate your $50 there. Thank you for coming tonight.
No, we got to give everybody a round of applause.
We love it. Let's go.
Hey everybody, my name is Brian Hartle. I'm the director of the Community Health Strategy Division at the Kent County Health Department. We bring voice to public health issues, and our community has identified mental health as one of the major priority issues in our community, particularly how community safety impacts their mental health. So we've worked with Regional and Seeds of Promise for a long time on their housing impact team, their health impact team, and now it's time to work on community safety. So that's why I'm here. Kevin, I've been part of LPACT. He teases me because I don't live in Grand Rapids. I live in Cascade. I still know the need to be a part of this and find solutions to community safety issues. So that's it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jarrell Robertson. I am usually here doing sound sometimes, so you might see me. Sound. So you might see me like behind the scenes. But I met Regine through the videographer, and I work at a behavioral health hospital, so I also work with people who are dealing with mental struggles and challenges and in mental crisis. So I am very interested in the impact that I'm watching Regine make in these rooms, community, all these different leaders and people of the community, and to just make measurable change. So I'm happy to be part of that. I'm glad to be in this room, and thank you guys.
I'm Shauna Captain. Ironically, I met Regional. I was his Uber driver the other day. I'm in cybersecurity school full-time in part-time at Uber. But we got to talking and hit it off, and he invited me in for tonight's event. So I've been very interested. One of probably my best strengths is building relationships. It comes naturally for some reason, which is how you invite me here. So yeah, looking forward to working with Seeds and any other organizations.
All right, my name is Geraldine McAllister. I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, on West Street. I've been here at Stockholm High School. I have 3 children, divorced, and my husband's service wife. all there. I live volunteer, help and work, and I have 8 siblings. We lost 1, but my mother's still alive. She's 96 years old, and I retired from home. I'm on disability, but I am not disabled. So remember that I still can and we'll do what we can do. And so I would like to let you know I'm ready to do a great happy time of life to help me out in this struggle. So I'm gonna stop right now because I know I can go.
That's 30 seconds flat. 30 seconds flat. I think we lost the agenda here. I was going to read it off for everyone. Awesome job. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Nice to meet everyone. So, again, just to reiterate, we bring residents and law enforcement personnel and their families together through public education for adults and children everywhere.
It is. You have to put yourself here on the stove.
Oh, that's what happened. The food happened.
They'll bring the sides for you. But you have to cook your process.
Yeah. We're going to make this about the food. I'm going to try to get my peace of mind on while this food is interrupting my peace. We bring residents and law enforcement personnel and their families together through peace of mind listening sessions. That is public education for adults and children everywhere. We build trust, foster accountability, and strengthen relationships in communities most impacted by violence. Did everyone give intimate thought to the 4 questions? I'm just curious. So everybody's moved by the 4 questions. Was it difficult? Anybody? It was difficult? That's because, in my opinion, it's difficult because many of us come from communities that's most impacted by violence. So while we are meditating on these questions, think of mother-father support and accountability. So just to give everybody a heads up, we're going to start the roast maybe in about 15 minutes while we get the food in order. Is that fair?
Yeah.
We got the chicken. Put that out.
Okay.
While everyone is enjoying our food and as we're preparing for the roast.
Folks, thank you. We're about to wrap up and get out of here. What time is it? 6:17. And the 2 best roasters in this camp about to get down, because the rest of them, I'm evaluating today. If you didn't know, I'm evaluating our leadership team. And I'm gonna show you the 2 nicest people in the house tonight. My name is Regent L. Thomas. I'm the CEO of Seeds of Promise. I got crazy skills. And out of all these adults in here tonight who wanted to step up to the plate for this $400 we got, right, Sadie? They want to step up. I'm watching the scene all night and everybody's sitting around, knees knocking. Who's participating in the roast tonight? Raise your hand. That's what I thought. Knees knocking.
Can I say it, maybe?
Okay, that's what I thought. Knees knocking. Like this.
You gotta get up there.
Knees knocking. And who's the one that stepped up and said, wow, this is embarrassing in our community? I'm just a high school student. And they shook like that? I got you. I got you, Mr. Thomas. I have you, Mr. Thomas. My parents raised me. I'm homeschooled. I'm not from the public education system. I'm from a different place. Did you see her mama earlier? Mama, what's your name again? Ella. Didn't you see Ella earlier? Give Ella a round of applause. And Seeds of Promise, when we say that mother, father, you mother fathers, mother, father, support and accountability, that's what we're talking about. That's the result. She brings her daughter who comes and does an event that I do around listening session, disquieted listening session. Who knows what disquieted means? All y'all are educated professionals in Grand Rapids. I flew CJ and all the way from Rochester, New York. Disquieted. Who knows what disquieted means? And we trying to create public safety environments. We don't even know what disquieted means. Who? Come on, somebody. Disquieted? We do disquieted listening sessions. And this young lady sat in a disquieted listening session. And we were talking about public safety, and she distinguished herself. I'm a Sunday school teacher in Discovery Village. We work with the best students in the county. And a group of students came through who were volunteering. How long, Sadie? How long were you volunteering?
We were volunteering for a week through a local missions trip.
A week. They were volunteering for a week. And what was the purpose again of the volunteerism?
It was to be able to help serve the community, and through our church, be able to provide that outlet for us and be able to learn more about God through that and be able to serve others the way that He served us.
To serve the community. A high school student out here serving. She was the first one here tonight. Well, we said, don't count me, because tonight I'm evaluating tonight. Don't count me. The other leaders, we agreed that they would be here at least an hour before. Alfie, is that appropriate for a professional presentation in your community? Maybe about an hour. She was the only one here. Can we give her a round of applause, please? Homeschooled, mother-father support and accountability. She's going to be the Seeds of Promise Secretary in 2026. And I guarantee you, because of the way we vet, she's going to be more productive than adults I worked with for 4 years in this community. Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you, Sadie. She's also won $100 tonight already because she was the first one here. And she already said that if nobody else here has the courage to step up to the microphone and talk about public safety in a way that we can roast the community, she'll take that $100 too. No problem. Because in the conversation of high school students that I had with her, do you know who they pointed to as the #1 problem for security or policy compliance in our community? Do you know who they said are the biggest issues?
Young people. Young people. Young people.
Okay, Dee Dee. And Dee Dee is nasty in the community with what she does. Right, Deputy Chief Tripp? Dee Dee is very good at what she does, right, sir? Dee Dee said, when we spoke to high school students, Sadie, that when we talked about who are the #1 primary, what do we want to call them, Sadie? Primary, like, violators or people, or what do we want to call them?
I have no idea. You pick.
Human?
Yeah.
Because me and CJ has a song called Half a Man.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Half a human, half a woman, half a man out here trying to serve our communities. What do you think about that?
I think the effort is what matters. I think that people are trying and it shows. And I think not being willing to try is just as bad as contributing to the problem.
No, we're going to clap louder than that. Can we clap louder than that? High school students looking at adults saying, can you do better? High school students looking at adults and saying, can you have better conversations about the real issues? Can you even talk to each other about the real issues? Do you have the courage? Can you get real? You talk one way at school and in the office, and then we hear another thing at home. Students see that every day. They go to school and they live at home. When they have parents who are connecting those dots, thank you, ma'am. The reason why we chose Sadie as out of all these other distinguished students, she's willing to tell the truth, her truth. She's willing to be held accountable for her actions, right? And she's willing to do the work it takes to help humans move forward in the most complicated situations. Anything else that you'd like to share, sweetheart?
Yeah, I just think that it's so important to be willing to be accountable. And with accountability comes making mistakes. It's human nature to make mistakes. Everyone does, whether it's a life-altering mistake or you got a parking ticket because you didn't read the sign. No matter what it is, we make mistakes. And it would be inhuman not to. And in order to be a strong leader and even just a good person, you have to be willing to say, I was wrong, I made this mistake, I'm sorry, how can I do better? And I think so many people are scared to do that. They're scared to be unified. They're scared to admit that they made a mistake. And I think if everyone was just more willing to say, this is where I messed up, or this is where I need to do better, the world would just, it'd be a lot happier place, and it would be a lot better place.
I want to thank Sadie. I want to thank Dee Dee. I want to thank CJ for facilitating our sessions today. And as we wrap up with our dinner, we're going to get into this little competition of a roast. And here's how it really goes. We have some rules of engagement that, I'll let CJ share in a minute, but this is really about us trying to create space in a fun way. Since we find it so difficult to talk about these situations in our current workspaces. Who in here feels we do a good job of talking about the root causes of public safety issues in our community and offices? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. We got it on camera too, thank you. Yeah, I'm putting my hand down. We don't do a good job talking about these things in those spaces for a reason. We are humans. A majority of us, raise your hand if a majority of you in here want public safety for yourself and other people in your community. Raise your hand. Raise it high. Right. Thank you. Everybody. Lower it. Right. Who believes in our community that people that are doing things that takes from our community, that violates our community? Raise your hand if you think that that's okay. No, we don't agree with that. We're here to be able to say, is it a roast? Do we have to make jokes about it? Because since people like to live their lives, in many ways, if I'm a police officer riding around our community, can we play the video, please, of our ball? Mr. Jefferson could not be here tonight. Because one of the reasons he says he's very disappointed, because he believes that we've been telling lies to each other. That students have been sitting back watching adults lie, cheat, and steal. Students have been sitting by watching adults lie, cheat, and steal. We got to do better than that. Students are willing to lead the way to speak honestly about the problems. And show up if we give them space to do that. Can we play the video? Mr. Jimerson didn't come tonight because he said he's traumatized from being lied to. Look at this video for a couple minutes.
We are here to celebrate our resident
and all of the people in our community
for you, for being here.
Who made commitments to you 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 30 years ago,
We're going to hear tonight.
40 years ago.
Surprise. Someone asks, third question is, what are you doing about that concern?
We are not messing around. We're serious about what we're trying to do out here. And wrapping up before we do a little demonstration of how serious we are by being vulnerable and making fun of ourselves, by joking, doing whatever the hell we need to build better relationships. That's what we're willing to do. And we're dead serious about it. We have the best people in this community. We don't need anything else but to understand what it is we're here for today. And I don't care if it's a high school student that comes first, that shows up, that is planned and organized, that's leading the way. We're getting behind the action. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending this time with us on a Friday. We spend Friday for everything we do for a reason. Yes, Friday. Happy hour. Yes, and our happy hour are finding people who care. Not a drink, not a dinner that I can post on a website. I want to find people who stole Brian's sneakers. at that basketball tournament he went to. I'm still looking for him too. Our buddy Richie that came through, Gail, Officer Richie Lee, that's my best friend in this town for 4 or 5 years. My other best friend is sitting right here. He don't even probably know it. You know why? Because if I call Officer Trigg and then I go to the community and listen to all this talk about police officers, and then I tell them a story about my friends, and then I let them meet my friends. And it's funny how all those conversations go somewhere else. Thank you, sir, for asking me some of the toughest questions from the department, like this department's supposed to. Who are you? What are you talking about? What are you trying to do? I didn't understand. What is it that we're trying to do? Thank you, sir. Can you share us how you feeling right now?
I feel good. Like I said, I think these events, as I've kind of explained to you, these aren't work for me. I know where the magic comes from is when relationships are built and formed, whether that's with our neighbors, with our kids, and nothing different with the community. So, and you can't be fraudulent about it. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the time, you have to be present. If you want to affect anybody's relationship, you have to be present. You can't just talk about it. So that's why we're always trying to, I know the chief and I and several others trying to get to as many events as we can, because which is a good problem to have when a lot of people want you to come to their things. So we'll never be sad about that. But at the end of the day, I love it to see community leaders and community members doing some of the lifting, because I think you guys have more power than you think. There's limitations to what I can say and what I can do. At the end of the day, it's a sum. I'm the other side. I'm the opposition, and that's not what it should be. We should all want the same things. That's a safe community we can work, live, and play in. We might have different means of how we want to achieve that, but I think it's a better understanding when we sit down and talk about, our goals and what we're trying to do, and better understand. Just like I said, I love the analogy of knowing your neighbor. If you don't take the time to meet your neighbor and know what they're about, it's easy just to push them aside, not try to understand their ways. So that's all.
And sir, we're so thankful for you to spend 5 minutes with us. We would never ask you to sit for 4, knowing what you do and our family and brothers and sisters in your department do. I mean, we would never ask for that. We're always just saying, what can you give, and we will work around it. But for you doing what you've done in 4 years are part of the reasons we're here today, because we believe in that. And we knew you didn't have to do it, but you have. Thank you. Thank you. Deputy Douglas, I want to give you a chance to share how you feel, sir.
It was good. Again, thank you again for inviting me. I had no idea that this organization even existed until about 6 months ago when you reached out to us. Thank you for reaching out to us. Thank you for including me in this conversation. Thank you for the invite. Can everybody hear me? Am I too close?
No, we can't hear you.
So, bottom line is, everybody wants to feel safe. Everybody does. Even the drug dealer on the corner. Even the drug dealer on the corner wants to feel safe. That's why they're selling drugs. They're out there trying to get a little money, get a better house, keep the lights on. That's why they're out there. I understand that. They just don't understand how to get from point A to B without going into something illegal. They don't understand that. I've been mentoring a group of kids over at Mill Creek Middle School for the past 6 years. That is one of the things that I'm trying to instill in them, is how to be young men, how to get from point A to B without doing anything illegal. I understand why people do some of the things that they do. They just don't know how to make that next step. That's what I'm trying to get to them. That's what I'm trying to teach them, how to be gentlemen, how to do things the legitimate way. They talk to me about all kinds of personal issues. They have confidence in me. Some of the things is just between us. I enjoy doing it,
and it's created a great atmosphere at that school. The principal even acknowledged it. So far, this group started off with 7 kids. Now we have 47. We outgrew the room that we were in. Now we have our meetings in the gym. It's only 30 minutes a week that I spend with these kids. I want to bring some of that to this organization. Again, thank you for inviting me to this organization. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to share a thought? And I'm going to ask one of our other leaders, Hugh, to come on in, step on in for a second. But think about that. We'll give a couple more people an opportunity to speak, but it's people like him who inspire me. Now, come on over, sir, because I'm new to this town. But I mentioned my brother Kevin, and then people like this icon that for 4 years I've been having breakfast with Deputy Chief Trigg, begging, trying to understand, ask questions about what's going on in their world and how we can help. And then I would go back to the streets. I hang out on the streets a lot in Hearthside too, if you didn't know. I'm talking to the people sleeping on the corners every day. And then I go to people like this who's operating from both ends of the system, experiencing both ends of the system to put together a team. Our team, can we stand up again? Sadie, Didi, can we stand up again? Stand up, Sadie. Can we give, you see this young man right here? Jose Ramos, stand up. Stand up. Deputy Chief Trigg, you remember him, right? Yeah. We understand we got to tell better stories. Jose vetted me for 8 months. We talked 4 or 5 years ago before I let him start recording, because I wanted to make sure he understood it. But it wasn't me, it was him more than me that wanted to understand. Then I met this young man, Taylor, and I invited Jose tonight because we're about to tell another story after next year. The beginning, the current, we're going to put this together. Kent County in West Michigan, there's nobody on this planet that can do better than us. Nobody. And we're putting together a team to show that. Give them a round of applause, please. I'm going to let Hugh share a few words, and you think about what you want to share before we get ready to wrap up here.
Well, I guess first of all, I should apologize for being late. Duty calls, but as Regional would have it, he would shove a microphone in my face as soon as I walk in. So, I think that me and Regional bonded after an all-pack meeting. And just talking about what we wanted to do, some strategies that we could employ to actually bring the community and law enforcement closer. And so we know that in order for those things to happen, that the engagement, marriage has to be authentic. And so like I say to Regional, I'm just happy that he asked me to be a part of his team and to walk alongside him, participate with him, be able to be a sounding board for his ideas, and to also bring some of my own. And I'm sure that that's the reason why many of you are here, is that you want the same thing. And so what we're going to accomplish in the next year, the things that we've already accomplished are tremendous. And so I just hope that everybody here is willing to commit to what we're going to be doing, willing to commit to this vision, and so that we can actually do the things that we set out to do. Because it's going to take all of us. I'm always a person that believes that you need the talents of many in order to accomplish great goals. And so I'm sure, knowing Regional, there's a bunch of talented people here in this room. I haven't gotten a chance to meet you all. I did get a chance to come to the last get together and meet some fantastic people there. But I see some more faces here that I'll be hopefully get a chance to meet before the night is over. So that's my thoughts.
Don't get me started. Some people are already anxious because they're afraid they can't be R-rated right now. People are afraid they can't be R-rated, which is always respectful. We do have children in the room.
And we have some gifts. Who wants a gift? Raise your hand. Hey! No, we're gonna do it again. Who wants a gift? Raise your hand. It's like Price is Right. Hey! Okay, who is not participating? Because we're gonna give you a gift. You don't have to participate. Because it takes a lot of courage to come to a roast and don't do nothing. It takes a lot of courage to come to a roast. Can we turn the damn music down? Damn. Because we about to get into a regional roast from Russia. This is how we talk in Russia on vodka. This is how we talk in Russia on vodka. Hey, who started the war? Who started the war? No, we didn't. That's a lie. We didn't start the war. Who is not competing? First of all, who's not competing? Oh, 2 prizes. Look. Everybody give a round of applause for the 2 prizes we're going to give for the first 2 people. Brian said he don't even want the damn prize. You're trying to ruin our roast before we can even roast him. You being too smart, Brian. This is not that party. When we come to a roast, we want everybody to act dumb. Just act dumb. Okay. Damn, Brian getting smart. He said, no, hold up. I don't even want your prize. Like, damn. You're ruining the roast. It's a good prize. The first 2 prizes. On 3, I want everybody to cheer as loud as they can because we got this on camera while we're giving them their prizes. 1, 2, 3. Cheer! Yeah! Oh, my God. We're giving them their prizes. Oh, you want to cheer? Oh, my God. Look at the prizes we gave them. Look at the prizes we gave. Look at the prize. Look at the prize. I had a hemorrhoid about 3 months ago. And I said, when we do a roast, if you that scared, if your pucker factor up that hard that you can't even do the roast, we gonna give you some wipes. The medicated ones. So you give a round of applause, damn it, round of applause.
Hey, they was quick to put their hands up too.
They was quick to put them hands up. I'll take it, I ain't doing nothing. I told you I'm just a witness. Don't put my name on nothing tonight. Just a witness tonight. I don't want to take them whites back, the medicated ones. I'm down with Kent County. That's what I'm talking. Thank you, sir. That's what, see, don't mess with the county. Because they already paying attention. And they know what time it is. Do not mess with the county. What part of the neighborhood, sir, that you serve? We ain't going to tell them that. Just don't mess with the county. Who else want a prize? Who else?
I want the money.
Oh, look at that. Sadie said, Mama want one. It is about mother and father support and accountability. And if this mama don't have one of the sharpest students in the county, we don't know who does. Give her a round of applause. This mama is doing her job. This mama is doing her. We need about 100 Sadies. We need about 100 Sadies, don't we, Dee? Damn, I'm taking over your job, man. I'm sorry.
You're doing a good job. Doing a good job. Man, awesome, man. First runner up. Sadie Morgan. Sadie Morgan, let's go. Show everybody some love. Show everybody some love.
All right, so a lot of you already know me and have probably noticed that I'm a local teenager, chronic overachiever. And the latest experiment in what's going to happen when you give a teenager a microphone and then they're unsupervised for 5 minutes. So let's see how this goes. And given how much our leaders and government love to procrastinate until they can come up with an actual answer to our problem, I'm just going to dive right into it and not waste your time. I've learned something over the past couple years. And the fastest way to get an adult's brain to explode is to ask them to help you with a really, really simple problem. Like if you go up to a principal or a recess aide or really anyone, and you're like as a 6-year-old like, hey, I'm being bullied, can you help me because I'm 4'3" and don't know what the world does? And they're like, oh, it's okay. That's so interesting, I'll help you with that, right? And that's adult for I'm gonna go sit at my desk and drink my bland and bitter coffee and just hope that this magically goes away just like my motivation outlet 3 p.m. And I think the adults had the secret little club that they all go to, right? And they all decided that the teenagers get to do everything, right? Like world peace, the kids can do that. Bullying, kids. Climate change, kids. And I have noticed that a lot of people like to teach teenagers like we're the Swiss Army knives of humanity. That you already always have one in your car or in your pocket, and it's really useful for everything, and you use it for everything, even if there's other things you could use. Maybe I'm not a knife, but that's okay. I love that you think that. And speaking of problems,
Where the laughs at, damn it? Ah, damn it, that was funny. That was funny. Don't you have a funny bone?
Okay, rewind. Bring it down.
look, us teenagers, we're just out here trying to juggle saving the world while trying not to cry over our math homework. So I don't really know. And speaking of problems we're supposed to solve ourselves, we can't really ignore the gun violence. And considering our government's gotten really good at treating it like it's background noise and just kicking their feet up like they're a retired fisherman in the Florida Keys with their sunglasses and tanning, and they're playing Scrabble with a bunch of other old people, and they're like, oh look, I spelled the word stalling. How fitting. And meanwhile, all of us kids are doing shooter drills like it's an extracurricular to graduate. And I think one thing I've learned in working with public safety and just being a person who notices things, right, because I'm a functioning person 50% of the time, is that teenagers and adults operate on completely different planets, right? The teenagers are kind of over on Mars, right? They're dramatic, but they're passionate about what they're dramatic about. They'll call 911 because their friend just fainted, and then what the dispatcher answers is like, hey, what happened? They'll be like, my friend stood up too fast, they fell over, and now I'm panicking, and someone else is screaming. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm really passionate about it, and I want to help. It's like trying to get life-saving information from a headless chicken, but they're doing their best, and that counts for something. Whereas adults are kind of the opposite. They're over on Neptune, or whatever the planets that I was supposed to learn about in third grade, but didn't because I wasn't paying attention. An adult will be actively bleeding out of her finger because they cut it off while trying to chop onions. And then one of their kids will be like, oh, shouldn't you go to the hospital? And like, oh, no, it's fine. You just sit there, finish eating your sandwich, because that's what matters, not the blood that's actively pouring out of my overpriced carpet. So that's, yeah. Because they don't want to be a bother. And I think maybe the sandwich can wait. Maybe we can go get stitches or amputated because our finger just got cut off. Just the night. And I think a lot of the times people react in either insanely dramatic or completely useless ways. There's not really an in-between most of the time. Like someone's house will be on fire and they'll run outside waving their hands in the air as if that's going to do anything. Or they'll get on Facebook and write a 4-paragraph essay no one asked for, no grammar and no punctuation. No one wants this, but we're reading it anyway, and now 2 old women are fighting in your comment section about what bear you're supposed to use. So maybe, just a suggestion that maybe we should consider is instead of fighting in the comment section at 3 a.m., we do something about our problems, right? Just as, I know it's crazy. And yeah, with all that goes on in our community, between the adults like community, like, oh, everything's fine, it's gonna be great, just be delusional, and the kids screaming and running around in circles because they don't know what they're doing anymore because they're supposed to be doing so much at once. How does our community do anything? That's my question. And it's a miracle that it does, because things used to get done. And at the end of the day, it's about all of us. It's about the people in this room who sacrificed 4 hours on their Friday night You guys could be doing anything else right now. You could be at home with hot chocolate, watching a Hallmark movie with a heating blanket. I don't know what it is. That's what my mom does, so I'm going off that. You didn't have to be here right now, but you are. And that shows just how much change is what you want to do. And yeah, that's my 5 minutes, I think.
Who's ready to compete with Sadie? So far, she's taking everybody money.
The youth are the future. They brought the youth to the future. Stand
Brought
up,
the youth
Google.
to the future.
Stand up, Google, Nike,
Khalid.
Amazon, Google. Stand up.
To the plate.
Hey, well, I ain't like me for real. I don't like that. Can we get another round of applause, please? Okay, thank y'all. Y'all such a beautiful audience. Shout out to our facilitators and Sadie. That was cool. I wrote a little something, meaning I made it up as I walked up here. I'm not really from here. I've been in Grand Rapids about 2 months. It's cool. I like it a lot. It's a lot safer than back home, where I'm from in Mississippi, which is why I came here, because I'm like, this is about public safety. Cool, I need to learn about what that is, because that don't exist where I'm from, when you call the police there, they show up and shoot each other, so they ain't got to deal with your bullshit. And then they go home, and you kind of just left dealing with your own stuff, So, it's kind of cool being here where I see the police and they just ride right on past you. They don't look or nothing. I'm like, damn. I don't know, sister, maybe I don't know what you be doing. I be driving, license plate expired, they don't say nothing. Where I'm from, you can't do nothing, Like y'all know what a pothole is? Of course not, because I ain't seen one since I've been here. Just for educational purposes.
Give it time.
A pothole is when there's a hole in the streets where your car, where your car drives, And I just be thankful that I'm up here, because if the apocalypse hit in this motherfucker, I can't be back home because we have too many potholes for me to escape. So I'm just gonna have to park my car and deal with the apocalypse, because I can't drive out there. This is kind of bad. But I love being here. But I be driving or riding like a Cadillac. I drive a Tahoe and it's kind of old, so I be kind of thankful that I don't have to hit no potholes or nothing, because I'm about one pothole away from my whole tire just giving out, whole wheel on the ground, and I can't afford that. I work for a nonprofit. I'm just glad, I'm amongst people that understand. I can't really roast, but I'm kind of good at this stand-up thing, or so I'm told. I don't know, ain't nobody really laughed a whole lot. Just look at me, I was excited.
I'm gonna laugh for the next one. Go.
Give it up for her. She gonna win. I just want to end this off by saying, I just got up here because I need them $400 because I ain't bringing no money. So, I can't afford none of them beers. I just drank mine until I work for a nonprofit. I need to charge my $400 for this. I send you an invoice, my boy Reginald. Dang, I don't want to be up here 2 minutes. That's all I got.
Third runner up. Any hands going up? No hands going up.
Where you at?
Anybody? I saw some hands.
Where Cam at, Cam?
I was kind of nervous about doing this because I didn't know whether I was going to get beat up or not. So I was like, it might be too raw in here. I got deputies in here and everything. I was like, I don't know. Last time I did something like this, I ended up on the news. I don't know if this is going to be a good idea, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, so just like everything, challenging yourself and everything like that sometimes can seem hard, and you just got to do it. But I'm getting beat up, right? You don't know who you can talk to nowadays, because it's like everything puts some foot in your ass now. So it's like, I'm kind of like cautious with everybody now, because I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, nowadays. So yeah, you just gotta be cautious about who you talk to and what you talk about. Pretty much, I don't know if I have any other things to pretty much say. It's good to see everybody out here. nobody yelling, screaming, fighting. I guess that's a good thing, because you know, when you get too many people together, somebody's fighting. I do notice a couple people in here drinking a lot, though. I didn't want to point no names out tonight, but there's some people in here that's kind of on the, that last one, they need to be drinking tonight, but I don't want to point no names or say no names. We're going to go ahead and keep going. But yeah, pretty much it for me, right?
No, hell no. We got 4 years there. What happened when we started? We was asking people for help.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Mrs. Jimmerson was asking for dollars in public safety.
I don't see them. I don't see none of them, man. It's like everything just happened. When we say something, everybody go ghost. I was just like, dang, is this another casting story, or what's going on with this? Like, I don't get it. But
See, mothers and fathers in public safety, who's responsible? Why is that?
mothers and fathers, we all responsible for what we do when it comes to being a parent. That's how you do it, right? Not pretty much doing the best thing, you know, not getting where you need to go.
Who started crime? Mamas and daddies?
Who started what?
Who started crime?
Crime?
Yeah.
Criminals.
Show them some love. Show them some love. Show them some love. Show them some love. Anybody else want a piece of this pie?
Wait. Y'all wait. Don't start that timer yet. Press that button. Okay. And you smooth walk in. All right. Now, anybody got a topic you want to pick up, or we do the topic?
Mothers and fathers, what's the, in public safety, what's the problem?
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Mom and dad not home, the kids all alone, and ask the telephone on the phone. They been partying or something. They ain't had him, they go like this. The mom and dad, they not home, they gone. Now, what the children do? Make food, make carpet, they don't do the homework. They ain't do the side work. Kids. Where that child is up there first? I'm gonna have to hey. Let me tell you about these teenagers. They don't know. You see, that's how bad it is. They don't know. Now, you let that man talk you, sweep you up your feet. You too young to have a boyfriend. Keep them apart. And I'm gonna tell you, I had to catch my daughter's boyfriend too. I still have a boyfriend now. I come driving home, go to the driveway, right? My house, front door, back door. I'm driving her home from work. It's a nice day, and I look like, oh, I thought I saw something in the hallway. So I roll on to the back, because they used to be going to the back. Mama drives to the back, goes to the back door, right? So here's somebody in trying to get out the front door. So I'm driving like this. I thought I saw somebody. Just to go to the front door. He turned around, he go back to the back. I go. Call the back door. Where you gonna go now, brother? Huh? You just caught by mom, aren't you? Caught by mom. How do you deal with these teenagers all kind of way? Give them a phone bill, right? Some darn person they call long distance. You have to find out. Some little old dude up in the house and call somebody. I have to tell my daughter. He better come in on his own. Don't let me go after him. You better tell him to come in here. So I gave the price of the phone bill. When that phone bill comes, I want that money. Right here. So he comes to pay the phone, and so I catch him on payment, right? So he give me $20. And I say, well, the bill's only $17.69. Oh, man, that's okay. You keep it. Right answer. Because I said if he had took some change from me, there's going to be a change in his life, too. All right. Now, there's no way y'all know why society's in trouble. We just get y'all in trouble. Our children get practicing on us when they go out there and mess up somebody else. You know what I'm saying? They done practice on you, Daddy. They done practice on you, Mom. Now they out there trying to find out how can I really get away with some stuff. These kids are something else. That's their kids. My grandma taught me about. She said, you raise plates, you rear children. So you know none of us is broke, so we don't have kids at all. We don't have kids. We just got offsprings, right? They ain't bad seeds. But we sit around here, y'all look nice and innocent, y'all look polite. But you know what the world is bad. There's mean people out there. And you really do. Just think about it. You know why that boy got his grandmother locked in the basement. You know why them old folks are locking kids up in the closet. You don't know why. And you know why the man up in the tower that borrowed bullets to shoot because he broke it, he found his own bullets. But you know why you know why and crime is happening. Anybody got a business in here? Who got a business owner? No, you got business? What got business at? A bad one? Okay, that means you're not cheating then, right? See, you gotta be honest at bad business. That's when you cheat. When you cheat, you're getting prosperous. And you got good boys up and everything else. You know what I mean? Who else got a business here? Oh, me! He's doing photography. All right, then. You do real well, young man. I just love your work. Yes, yes. We'll be coming back to you again. Anybody else for business? Anybody got children, husband, boyfriend, man friend, kid friend? You know, I had a neighbor tell me one time, she said, I got such a problem, baby. They said to me, they said, what's wrong with you? You just be a man. You be a man. I said, really? I said, that means that they help me out. He is a man. So I told her, I said, you know what, that's not good, but you and I the same folks, you need a man too. I said, that boyfriend, you got another man. That's just a male walking around, pretending he got it going on, but he's not a man. He's not a man. So many people think they have men, but you just got a male child. A real man, y'all know what a real man is? No white vote. Where's the white vote? Okay, what about the real women? You got real women in here? Raise your hand, you're a real woman. All right, give a shout. Female, female, female. All right. Now, I'm gonna tell you one piece of advice to adults and parents and children. I try my best to use alternative correction. I use other methods of discipline. I did timeout. I even did therapeutic classes, and you're okay, I'm okay. We'll talk this over, right? But I'm gonna tell you, when I finally found out, not that I wasn't gonna be elected Mother of the Year, they weren't even gonna nominate me. They won't even be in the pot to become Mother of the Year. So I told them, if I'm not even gonna be nominated Mother of the Year, oh, you the kids got this. It's on now. It's on now. So I've been doing some good parenting, some good rearing them children, good advice, and I'm gonna tell you. And the one that said you try to keep me at home, I said, here's the best advice I got for you. Just before you graduate, the day you graduate, before you leave home, put your suitcase in the bag, set it by the door. And then when they call your name across the stage, you toss that tassel and pick up that bag and hit it. Drive it on. Well, if I'm not going to do a little shuffle for this, I better get them down. All right.
Every bit of 5+ minutes. Let's go. Anyone else? Any more takers? Any more takers? I saw some hands go up. They ain't going up now.
Well, we have the lyrics. You gotta finish up, Gail. Yes, ma'am. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. Now we're gonna show the professionals, right?
Yeah, I'll go for
Our last round, we're trying to give any amateurs. Are there any more amateurs?
I'm an amateur though.
That want to go? No, we're pro. We pro. We pro. Any other amateurs want to go other than Sadie? That's what I thought. Here, we got more. We got more. Yeah, that's what I thought. So when we out in the community and talk about our strategies, we want you to be just as quiet. And remember these. And when C's is talking, just get on board. Or we're going to give you some wipes. Because we're going to put you on Front Street. So can we please? We got the professionals going before the professionals. Are they? You Ian, you next. Kim, you next. Me and Dee Dee, right? And CJ. Anybody else want to step up to the plate? Mama?
Mama.
Oh!
Mama, show us some love. Show us some love. Show us some love.
You know what? No, we're gonna give her a break because you're gonna have to wait 5 minutes to see her. Because this is like the price of admission. Don't you see what Sadie did? Her daughter was here before all of y'all? That was supposed to be leaders. And now when it talks to running the program, do you understand that the youth, all of y'all talk about looking for youth, we got the youth. We talk to them better than anybody. And you know who they looking at? Y'all. So her mama now. The youth gotta bring their mama out to show us how to get down. So you'll be next year, and then the rest of us gonna follow
Okay,
behind
but
you.
I don't have 5 minutes. I got like 2. That's okay. I'm gonna keep it short.
Well, we gonna, you know what? No, you so special. We're gonna take a 5-minute intermission just to get ready for it, because the rest of them
But then I'm
get the wipes. That's all y'all get. 5 minutes. They get the wipes.
That's the report. All right, I'll get the barbecue menu, and then we're gonna do.
Thank you, sir.
She's playing like these apps that you just play all the time. Like she's doing the makeup design, hair, like fashion design.
So as we wrap up, folks, we have our final presenters. Yes, we're all amateurs and we will present it. But I just wanted to say, as we wrap up, after we allow our final acts to go through, and the idea was just to say, in this beautiful community, how can we continue to create space where we can talk about these sensitive issues in a way that allows us to feel a little bit more comfortable and be more honest about how we feel. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense? We're not here pointing fingers at anybody. Because if we want to point finger about public safety stance, it starts with the mothers and the fathers and the people looking in the mirror. Us. Don't look at the police department. Don't look at the county sheriff's department. Don't look at the school system. First, look at what you're doing, your family and your parents are doing. This is a team. This is a team we're prepared. We wanted to do this event to identify people like us who are on the same team about public safety, to say, what does a roast look like if we did it together? We being humans, not by title, not by department, by the fact that we are humans first. Does that make sense to people? Raise your hand if you don't understand that. Ask a question if you don't understand that. Thank you. And our goal is to create a schedule. We didn't get to the schedule tonight, right? Did we get to the schedule? We didn't, right? But we have a calendar that we will share with you. And we're going to ask you to just select a date out of the year that you can support something like this. We'll do the rest. We don't need anything else. We just need to keep finding people who believe in what we're talking about, who can commit whatever time they have. If you have 5 minutes, we'll take that. If you have 4 like today, we'll take that. If you have less than that, we don't care. We just want to know, what are you willing to do? Where are the questions? Like, why are you here? When it relates to public safety, right, Khalif? Right. And then we're asking, instead of pointing the fingers, what are you doing about it? And then we're asking, let's do more of what you're doing about it with more people like you. And when it comes to action, most people like to talk, but they're not like our leaders in the community every day putting on uniform, whether it's a blue uniform, whether it's jeans, whether it's a blouse, but you're going out in your community to try and be positive assets in the community. That's what this is about, right, Brian? We want people that if you took Brian's sneakers because he was at a tournament, I don't care what neighborhood you're in, it doesn't matter to me. You took from another human being, I'm on his team. I want those sneakers back. Because you don't take things from people. That's what got Muhammad Ali in the game, right? He lost a bike, right? He lost a bike, and he went down to the police department and he said, somebody stole my bike and I want to know how to get it back and to make sure if I have to fight for it, I'm ready to do that because I'm really feeling sick that somebody took something from me. Who in here really doesn't like when somebody takes things from people? Raise your hand. When somebody takes things from people, that's what we have in common. That's what we have. We don't like it when people take stuff from people. Take our respect, take our trust. So I don't know if this was a roast, because you can laugh at what I'm saying, because a lot of people do. But I'm serious as hell. I'm serious as hell. Keep laughing. I'm serious as hell. We can do better than this. And that's what you're showing tonight. Give yourselves a round of a damn applause, please. And that done, can we show them how professionals are those? So on the count of 3, now that we move to the best in the community, to show you how to roast thee in the way that's proper and respectfully, can we introduce?
I'll be here for only 10 more minutes. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we're talking about community and our role in that, and what can we do for public safety, and how we start at home, but then we expect, we say it raises a village, right? You hear that. Well, in your village, in elementary school, you probably remember the fire department coming along, and what did they teach us? To stop, drop, and roll, right? Thank you, fire department, for coming and educating us as elementary kids on, in case of an emergency, a true public safety issue, what to do, right? Props to the fire department. Then along come the teachers. As a former, very proud Grand Rapids Public School teacher, I raised my students to do, unfortunately, Code Red fire, active, I get emotional, that I had to have my babies in my classroom learn what to do in those emergencies, because teachers show up in that village to teach, to raise, to equip. So thank you, fire department. Thank you, teachers, for really being alongside of the public safety communication, supporting what's going on at home. But now where I struggle, with all due respect, but I struggle, is then we expect these teenagers who can't even rent a car because their frontal lobe is not developed yet, to know how to respond when they're walking down the street and they're not holding their hands appropriately when they are engaged with a police officer, or they do not know what to do when they're a new student driver and they get pulled over, where to put your hands and what to do and how to remain calm when there's somebody in your face who is showing dominance, sometimes in a very bullying-like manner. So, I wonder if our fire department can raise us young with stop, drop, and roll. If our teachers can raise us young with where to go and what to do in an active shooter. And if our parents can continue to just show up and do the best we darn can when our economy's crazy, our government's crazy, and everything else, then why can't our police department come inside of our schools in a loving, safe environment and teach us between the ages of 10 and 18? Here's where you put your hands when you get pulled over. Here's if an officer talks to you, how do you give eye contact and remain calm? Because guess what? At the end of the day, you get to take that uniform off, but not that teenager, because they don't know. And it's not on them to always know how to get themselves home safely if the adults in our village do not rise up and help teach them.
Awesome job. The best leaders are the best followers first. So as one of the best followers, I decided to take some notes and see who's going to take notes of my notes. Inner city leadership love calling emergency meetings for everything except actual emergency. A building could be on fire and they would say, we need to schedule a meeting to discuss a meeting about this fire. Sir, the fire's right there. Your agenda is smoking. You're fired. Write that down. That's bullet point 1, the community survey. Leaders always say, we listened to the community, we conducted a survey. You passed out 12 surveys at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday inside a building no one can find. You did not survey the community, you surveyed whoever got lost at the DMV. You're fired. Take note. The grant money history. Every year the city gets a big grant. Y'all know how I like talking about that money, right? Take note. Every year the city gets a big grant. Everyone get excited. That $30,000 we need. Then 6 months later, where did the money go? Leadership response. We invested in the community-based infrastructure holistic energy synergy program. That's not a synergy program, sir. That's a vocabulary word you pull out scramble.
Yeah, you know that.
Take note of that. I took some notes, that's what happened. The public safety plan. Every leader has a plan titled something like Public Safety Strategic Action Initiative Response Framework. Now, why is the title longer than the actual plan? You wrote 48 pages, 12 charts, 3 appendices, and not one idea that works after 5 p.m. You're fired. Take note of that.
Oh, snap.
The ribbon cutting addiction. Some leaders are addicted to ribbon cuttings. They will cut a ribbon for anything. Office opening, ribbon. New mop closet, ribbon. Someone changed the Wi-Fi password, ribbon. You're cutting the ribbon on drywall dust. You're fine. Take note of that. I'm sorry. I hope y'all wrote down everything I said, because the last 3, well, anyways, the community leader fashion. Inner city leaders dressed like they are on 3 committees, 2 prayer lists, and 1 child support case at the same time. They show up to a safety meeting in a suit jacket, basketball shorts, and church shoes. That outfit has no mission statement. Fine. Take note of that. The social media overload. Leadership love posting on Facebook like they're solving national crises. I just met with Public Works today. You met with them because the water main broke and your office flooded. No one is inspired by your crisis selfie. You're fired. Take note of that. Every leader says, none of us are exempt. Every leader says, I am busy. I hope I didn't say that. Did I say that? Did I say that? I am busy. Every leader say that. I have a lot going on, but somehow they reply to emails at 11:58 p.m. At this point, you don't need a laptop. You need a time management therapist. Take note of that.
Oh,
you're fired. And then the youth program is not youth. Don't sit down here. We have a youth program. But where's the youth? If your program looks like the staff meeting at a post office, something is seriously wrong. You're fired. Take note of that. Thank you.
I need to roast Regent now. He be over there. Don't Regent now remind you of just a one of those guys at the comedy show that everybody want to throw out. All right, so recently, there used to be active shooter training, right? So Kent County went through active shooter training, and here was what active shooter training used to look like. We came in and they would say, if you get an active shooter that comes to your building, to your classroom, then your best bet is to what? Anybody know? Hide. Exactly, hide. Right? Now, doesn't that go against everything that you ever thought about doing when somebody threatens you? Right? Right? Everybody got fight or flight, right? Everybody. Now, me, like, if somebody threatened me, the first thing I'm not thinking about is to run. First thing I'm thinking about is to do something about it, right? You know, if you get into my space, then probably something's gonna happen. And so then we go to most recent. Now that was what they told us, like, for the last maybe 10 years was somebody comes to your classroom, somebody comes to your school running hot. And we all know that active shooter situations are nothing to laugh at, right? We've seen those time to time in our country. But now, somehow somebody had a revelation, and I was like wondering, like, I don't know, was it AI or what? Did they ask AI what you should do? Because now when you go to active shooter training, now we just recently had what is called CRACE training, right? So now they say what? Fight back. Now they say fight back. They say if somebody comes to your building, they like, put desks in front of the door, open up a window and jump out, think about a plan, like, somebody can let them in and somebody can hit them over the head or tackle them or do something like that, right? Now that makes a lot more sense now than just to hide. So I'm with that. All right? Now, that's all I got.
Because we know every day we're dealing with things that are not public every day, especially when we're talking about building relationships around public safety. We got to understand what we're talking about getting into. And we're going to always give each other grace for the ones of us here on the same team, trying to do better work for humans in our community. Again, one more time, please, for Ms. Harvey. But because of that time, we want to expedite a little bit to get everybody out. So first, just let me and our team here facilitate. Let me thank these facilitators. They know I'm not an easy dude to work with. I am not that one. We demand excellence. We challenge each other. We demand accountability. We're going to show people in this community what that looks like at the highest level, because I can be your friend, but Sadie, again, who we told her as leaders in this community, we were going to be here at 3 o'clock today. And the only person here at 3 o'clock, I got excuses. I ain't trying to blame it up. But we told her we would be here at 3 o'clock today, and she was the only one here. We respect that, and I have to account for that. I'm a leader in our community. She's going to get respect for that. And everybody on this team with DT, that's why I love who we're working with, Deputy Chief Jose. And the reason why I'm pointing out Deputy Chief Trigg, and I'm talking about people like Deputy Jose Douglas, is because we give credit to people who have a commitment every day to do what we're talking about today. Thank you, sir. We would never disrespect you like that. We're not like them. We're not like them. We're on the same team here. We don't do that. We do not do that. If you only have 5 hours the next time, we want to take that 5 minutes too. 5 minutes. We don't care, sir. We always ask, what do you have, sir? What can you give, sir? Because you're already doing enough. Y'all already doing enough. Mama, can you stand up again in here? Can we give her a round of applause again? That's who, sir, we hold the highest accountability to, are the mamas and daddies. We thank you, Deputy Chief Trigg. Yeah, Deputy Douglas, we thank you for understanding and being willing to walk along us and have the courage to walk along residents to say that loud and proud. Because we want to be your voice. We don't like it when we see law enforcement officers being shot at just for asking people to follow rules, stop, answer a question. Those are the rules. You've worked hard to get those badges to be able to come out in our community, risk your families. We know that. That's why we're always humble. Anytime we get, and for you to be here again, sir, for 4 hours with us, this is a squad. We don't, Dee Dee, Sadie, myself, CJ, Hugh, Captain, and the rest of us here, we bring around people who understand that. We love you. We are part of the same community. We're on your team. We love those people who go out every day and put themselves on the line. You call us out anytime. We're on the right side with you, sir. With you, sir. Thank you for being here. Deputy Chief Trigg, I'm going to tell you again. Thank you for your questions today. I'm going to say it again, Deputy Douglas, thank you for your state dinner. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys know each other now, because Under Sheriff Muir, with you, you're our champions. You are our champions. When you ask me, Deputy Chief Trigg, who else is on our team? A lot. But we chose Under Sheriff Muir, you, Deputy Chief Trigg, you, Deputy Jose Douglas, and Officer Richie Sanders. Right, Gail? Officer Richie Sanders, our Grand Rapids hockey team that's going to play tomorrow. Thank you. They're going to play tomorrow. We may not all get there, but we're on the same team. We want to roast our community together. Any questions? Is this something that we can do together, that we're willing to do together? Thank you. Okay, folks, I just wanted to say thank you. Can we get her right? I am not that one. I'm not the easy one to work with. I'm going to tell the truth. Dee Dee, you are so elegant. And your mission to be on our team together with, our law enforcement officials here to see how we're standing together. They know what time it is. These are professionals. They know how to translate that message for us. Thank you, sweetheart. Can we give her a Kevin, we wouldn't have the money. I'm going to pay for dinner tonight. The $27 that we asked for is for a community giving circle. Every event we do, we want to say, we want our community members to know you got to have skin in the game. If you don't think you have that $27, let us know and come to our monthly budget meeting so we can show you where it is. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. This Kevin Jackson, Dee Dee, I think myself, I don't know if you, Gail, right? He's been the conduit, right? At the state level, right? We want these type of people to know each other, right? Thank you, sir. From the bottom of our hearts, for opening up these opportunities for us, because we can see people understand a little bit better what we're trying to do, because we can show them better than we can tell them. Hugh, in the back, sitting back there, again, I don't want to divulge people's positions and titles is what I'm trying not to do, because you should have talked to each other and get to know each other. This is our community. We're trying to do what he's done over, 20, 30 decades ago, Hugh? Because it's people like Kevin who talk about Hugh, Hugh was a mentor out here. We're just trying to replicate going back to the people in our community who have done this work and pull the adults together so we can do even more special work. So I don't care what time you come. I don't care how many times I call. I don't even know what to say, but just thank you for being on this team so we can show people what we're trying to do together. Can we give you a round of applause? Thank you. And then we have this young man. You said a camera back there. You see this dude with the camera? His name is Taylor Deshaw. I met his daughters in my apartment downtown. I don't know how many cheeses I bought, a box of cheeses. Because whatever they need for me to have this gentleman support us, just because I looked at his website and see, I'm going to look for the dudes that understand what we're trying to do. And for somebody that can document what we're trying to do and do it. Anybody seen our videos? Anybody seen our videos? Jose, stand up. Mr. Ramos, please stand up. Taylor Deshaw, give them a round of applause. You call it documenting? NPR, there they are. Jose Ramos and Taylor Deshaw, they put it down for us so we can tell our story. Our first family, this little family right here, Diana, can you raise your hand, sweetheart? Right. Deputy Chief Trigg Deputy Chief Trigg and for Deputy Douglas, what do you want me to refer to you as? Is it Deputy? Look at that. And I know Joe said the same thing. And I do that to Joe and Jose tonight. Those are how my friends normally treat you. I just wanted to say that again. That's our first family. That little young lady right there with the skater is because the only thing we've done very poorly in 4 or 5 years since I've been here, I wanted adults to help us build a boys and girls skating program. I took her out on the ice one day. She never wanted to get off. I skate with the Grand Rapids Police Department. It's one of the things that we're going to show to support that Grand Rapids Police Department. I want to build a boys and girls skating program. Our hockey players on the police department in Grand Rapids, those are some of the best human beings I've ever met in my life. They let me in their locker room. They let me learn how to play hockey and all this stuff. And I listen to all these conversations they talk about. I never violated. It just keeps telling me how much we have way more in common than we ever will have. The first family, her mother, Tanika, and Derek, could you stand up? Give them a round of applause. They've been with me for 4 or 5 years. I just want to recognize them. If I know Captain left, Shauna had to leave. Aaron, Belma, your friend, what's your friend's name? Could you stand up? I'm gonna ask, don't stand up. Aaron, could you stand up? Could you stand up, ma'am, in the back? I just want people to know, these are other people that I've met, and just for them to show up on a Friday night, I want you to know who we're looking for, who we need to recruit, and stay on board. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. So, to wrap up, folks, again, because we're over time, and we do apologize for that, this is not our routine. We've got a very young crew that we are mentoring and training to do big business in this community, so just appreciate you bearing with us. We put a high school student up front because we vetted her. You already saw her mama. So it's still a little bit of an adjustment as we continue to build, but obviously you see we're looking for the best. Dee Dee, CJ, and the rest of our leaders, Gail, Hugh, Kevin, and I, just thank you for your patience tonight. This is really core all-pack function. This is the gentleman. You can keep he wants to sit back so humble because that's why we're able to do what we're doing, because we're all playing our position. That's the man you can keep looking at, because we want to make him proud for opening up this opportunity. Before I recognize, thank you. Before we recognize, make our final recognitions, are there any questions or other comments that people have about why we're doing what the hell we're doing, why you even came here tonight? You know, history tells us a lot of people talk. We got a lot of rappers. We don't have a lot of MCs. We're gonna put in the work. So finally, I would like to say thank you to some of our newest board members who've decided to step up to the plate, and they're gonna take what we did tonight, look at the data, and we're getting ready for the next thing. Here are the people who have stepped up to the plate and say they're gonna do even more for us, and I definitely want them to be recognized. Young Sadie, who's gonna step up to be our board secretary this year. Give her a round of applause, please. Mr. Harris, who's stepping up to be our board treasurer this year. Please give him a round of applause. Mr. Brian Harlow, who stepped up to be one of our board members this year, getting us to the next level. Please give him a round of applause. And the rest of our leaders here as part of what we call our public safety team that we're trying to stand up. And finally, I want to graciously thank some of the most important people in this community if we're going to be successful on what we're doing. And I want to look at the camera and say thank you to our residents. Thank you. We need you. We need more leaders who understand that we are not putting a blanket on any department, on any organization. We're looking for people who are willing to hold people accountable for their actions. Join us.